Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, Bow and Arrow Tarot. Today we're going to be doing the mid-July reading for the sign of Virgo. This is the love reading. And for all my regulars, you know what the drill is. We're going to get 2 angel oracle cards out for you and your person, or the 2 energies that you're dealing with this month. And take a look and see what's going on in your love life right now. Alright, so if you are a regular, welcome back. Thank you so much. If you just happened on this video surfing the web, thank you so much for taking a moment to watch and check it out. We're going to get the 2 cards out, and then we'll go straight into your 9-card reading, the traditional Rider-Waite deck. Alright, so Virgo, your first card out is, wow, Deception. Alright, so this is a rare card to get, yet it's the second time I think it's come out for the mid-July readings. It's quite interesting. And keep an open mind. Ha! So Deception and keep an open mind. And at the bottom of the deck, we have Retreat. So this is a whole story, isn't it? Right? This is, we're not really sure, you know, how this is going to play out until we get into your 9-card spread, right? Somebody's being deceptive, right? And there's something you need to keep an open mind about. It could be that getting away from the deception, you may need to retreat, but we really won't know until we get into your spread. All right, Virgo, so let's get right into getting your cards out. Show me what's going on for our lovely Virgo sign, earth signs, for this mid-July period in their love life. I want a message for those Virgos who happen on this video, something that's going to resonate for them with their lives. Whether they have love, or seeking love, want to hold on to it, or perhaps you're in a relationship you're trying to get out of, and you can't, you don't know why. Let's see what it's all about. Show me what's going on for our lovely Virgos. Of course, this could be Virgo moon, sun, moon, rising, Venus. Show me. I do shuffle for quite some time before I start the reading on camera. So usually I'm shuffling for each reading about 15 to 20 minutes in terms of shuffling and meditating. So we get right out to 3 of Wands is your first one out the deck. So expansion, you're trying to move forward, certainly. Beautiful. 4 of Wands. Nice natural progression. And Knight of Pentacles coming in. So you've got opportunities coming in. Right? You're trying to stabilize a relationship, certainly. Ace of Swords, information is coming in. It's going to vindicate you. Oh my goodness, what a love reading. 2 of Cups is at the center of the reading. And you have 4 of Pentacles. So somebody's deceiving you about money. 8 of Swords. Somebody's playing the victim role as well. Ace of Wands. Wow, a lot of aces. 2 aces in the same reading. So you're about to start something very new. And 10 of Cups. This is a beautiful reading, Virgo. Wow. This is, I can see the whole progression right away. We've got 7 of Swords. So you have a dream thief, right? A stealer of hopes and dreams, right? 7 of Swords is the dream thief. Right? 7 is the number for dreams and ambitions and goals, plans, fantasies about how your life can be. It's the dreams, the true dreams we have for ourselves. But this character here, he's unwilling to work for them. He'd rather covet them. He'd rather steal them. This is very much, 7 of Swords is it's the story of the tortoise and the hare, right? The tortoise and the hare story is embodied in that, you know, what do they call that? It's whatever the purpose of the story, or the moral of the story. Here we go. The moral of the story with 7 of Swords can be embodied in the story of the tortoise and the hare. In that, if you know the story, the hare does everything he can to get to his goal, which is the finish line, right? The race. He cuts corners, he takes back alleys, he does all kinds of tricks to steal his win. But he never makes it. And the tortoise, what does the tortoise do? The tortoise very, very methodically, very slowly, but very methodically and in a very steady manner goes about taking step by step towards his goal, which is finishing the race. And slow and steady wins the race. And unfortunately, no matter what the hare does to try to get there first by underhanded means or by cheating, he doesn't even finish the race. Right? He doesn't even come in late. He simply does not finish the race. And that's the moral of the story with Seven of Swords. This person is the person who steals his dreams and goals, right? He doesn't want to wait for them. He cuts corners. And in that case, in that way, this is a warnings card with Seven of Swords. Swords and Wands are generally like heavy suits anyway. But with this card, it's a warning not to cut any corners. Do not cut corners when you're trying to reach your goals, right? Your dreams. So we got beautiful energy here. Right away, you're looking to the future. Three of Wands. We'll get right into it. Three of Wands, bonding, loyalty. You're looking to the future. But when you have Three of Wands, you're looking to the future. And you're also including your relationships. You're looking to the future in terms of how you see the next step for you and your mate, your family, your friends. You're encompassing, right? You're moving forward as a whole, as a collective, rather than as one. Two of Wands talks about expanding from the inspiration of the Ace, right? So you now take the step forward, you sow the seed, you make a commitment, right, to go forward, right? Now, Three of Wands talks about expansion. It's now you're expanding, but you're not only expanding for yourself, you're expanding for others. You're expanding for your mate, your community, right? Your social circle. You're encompassing those around you. And in that way, you have the Holy Trinity, because now it's not just you, it's more than you, right? And it's not just you and your partner. It's the three. It's you and your partner, and now going forward together, right? So beautiful energy. Yeah, you're looking out over the world now. What's the next step, right? What's the next plan? How do you move forward? And when you move, and also this is a card for virtue as well, right? Because patience is a virtue. And so you have to be patient. It's at times like this when you're about ready to make that next step, and you're now also not only thinking for yourself, but you're also thinking for your family and bringing those you love with you along with you, right? You need to have a lot of patience, you know. You need to have a lot and maintain your virtue, maintain your objective, and not be sidelined or corrupted or, you know, somehow led to cut corners. Don't cut corners, right? It's at times like this where we want to be careful not to be too hasty, not to try to do a quick fix or a quick solution to certain issues. Could be the deception could be coming in that somebody's trying to get you to cut corners, right? Somebody's interfering with your plans, and they're lying to you perhaps. And it could be the reason why they're lying to you, or why they're deceiving you and trying to get you to behave in a manner which is counterintuitive to achieving your goals, is because they ultimately want to manipulate you to fail, right? Because it's in their best interest for you to fail. So there's your deception. Four of Wands is in, though. There's someone you're very, very happy with, someone you want to be even closer with. You may want to be married with this person, committed to this person, right? This is like a deep commitment. This is a stable relationship. Four of Wands is stability. It's all about, you know, taking that next step, right? So this is what I mean by the Three of Wands. Here you can see the progression. In Three of Wands, we start to make plans for going forward with our mate, our lover, our family, those close to us. And it's in so doing, right, when you start to include those around you in your plans and your goals and in your ambitions. It's not just about your, you know, you personally moving forward, but you and your people collectively. That's how you then go to the next step, or the next card. You elevate up, right? You vibrate a little higher to Four of Wands, and now you've established stability, right? Now you've established stability. As a result of this action, you've established some groundwork, some stable groundwork on which to build. You've cemented the relationship. You've committed yourself, right? You've come to an understanding that everything we do, we do for a common purpose. And so what that creates is the ultimate stability. And so a lot of people call this 1111 soulmate energy, right? But soulmate energy talks, it's about the stability to endure through lifetimes and through all kinds of experiences. And that stability, that makes it a soulmate energy, right? But what allows it to have that strength? It's the stability that comes about when two people respect each other absolutely equally and agree that in all ways they have a common objective, right? That their objective is the same. They may have different dreams for their lives and different roads in a way, but their objective is the same and they equally respect each other. And that type of stability creates very, very long enduring loving relationships. And that's what you're working on right now. It's quite beautiful. It could be retreat is here as well because you may be going away, but that would be more like a honeymoon. I think retreat may be going away from those around you who are interfering, but we'll get further into it. Knight of Pentacles. So you've got opportunities for money coming in. There's a new opportunity at work coming in, right? And it's something probably that you've been waiting for quite a long time. But there's also kind of an Ace of Swords here. So somebody's going to give you some information. Some news is going to come in, and it's going to be like a little bit of a victory or a validation. Excuse me. I wanted to say validation as well as vindication. So I was like a valid vindication, but you feel vindicated, right? You've made a stance, you've made a point. It may be that some people have poo-pooed it, said you don't know what you're talking about, right? And it's been quite difficult for you. This could be at work. This could be in your social circles, right? Or in whatever circles where you're kind of your business circles, right? But as a result of this Knight of Pentacles coming in, this opportunity, which probably it seems, I want to say has been a long time coming in because nobody else has seemed to bring it in, as it were, right? So the Knight of Pentacles is the slowest horse, but it doesn't necessarily mean it was inevitable. It could also be, oftentimes it took a long time for this opportunity to come in because it demanded the right people and the right energy to bring it in, right? And so as a result of it coming in, there's some news that comes in behind it that kind of vindicates you. It could be like the proof that it was you that brought this opportunity in, that had you not sown the seeds before, this opportunity may not have come, etc., right? But it's really a beautiful feeling, and it's kind of interesting because it's giving you guys like a step up. It's almost as if as a result of this Knight of Pentacles and this Ace of Swords, you and your partner have gotten sort of like elevated in society or amongst your friends. It's quite interesting. It's one of those scenarios where, like, let me see, the reward, I want to say, right? The reward that's coming in, the accolades that's coming in, the attention that's coming in as a result of this opportunity, this great Ace of Swords, which everybody else is being told about, right? This is news, information that everybody's hearing about, right? It's almost as if it's like you and your mate are like both in the sunshine together. It's almost brought you two together even more. It could be that your mate was the only one who stood behind you, right? It could be that you've been going through something most recently at work that was quite difficult, right? You were kind of all on your own at work, right? You like kind of dealing with this idea that you're trying to push or what have you, right? And so you may have even been coming home like, oh man, and your mate is the one person who was kind of your rock, right? They were your rock. They were your stability. All right, boom. There's your Four of Wands. They were there. Didn't matter. They believed in you, right? And so now that this opportunity, this Knight of Pentacles, has finally arrived, you finally get your accolades. It's like when it's time to take your speech or whatever, or it's time to say thank you, or whenever you're out and about and people are seeing you at work, etc., in the neighborhood, whatever, in your social scene, it's like you and your person both are enjoying kind of and reveling in it together. Like it's bonded you, it's brought you closer, right? Because they were by your side the whole time supporting you. And so in a way you're taking this reward for the both of you, right? And they are just continue to support you. And it's so beautiful because it's like, really, this is a really great relationship. you know. And again, this is not one of those toxic relationships. I'm not talking about, you know, a relationship where you guys broke up and you tried to convince them that you were better off together, and now because you're getting a new job you think you know what I mean. Like, don't twist it around. This is a couple who is together. You guys are together, you live together, you're together. If you don't physically live together, there's a very, very good reason for that. But for all intents and purposes, you are together, if not married, right? You're certainly in a long-term relationship, right? If it's not a long-term relationship, it's one of those relationships that when you were together within months, you moved in together, and it's been you two with each other this whole time, right? That's what I'm talking about. And so you guys coming to in the center, being at the center and getting your accolades sort of together, it's just the next step of this kind of this really good, high level, high quality support. I want to say high level and high quality support that you've been getting from your lover, from your person, your husband or your wife. Okay, and it is really beautiful. However, after all of this goodness comes Four of Pentacles, and all of a sudden something comes in that causes you to worry about your status and your stability and your money. It causes you to worry about the stability of your finances. This is your second four, and four is stability, the number for stability. So it could be that, again, somebody is kind of, you know, acting like the dream thief in your world, and they're trying to do little things and interfere and just F your money up, right? They're being very deceptive. Because not only, you know, I know I told you the moral of the story about this character, but when this character is someone in your life, right, what it is as well is that oftentimes these are the people who want to take your victory away from you. Right, so it's almost as if like, okay, if I can't win the race, then nobody can win the race. I'm gonna F everybody's race up. You know what I'm saying? And so when you're dealing with this kind of energy in your life, this is somebody who could be doing all kinds of things, trickster things, deceptive things, you know, really underhanded things to sort of behind the scenes, because you see he's sneaking off. This is a very sneaky character, right? That behind the scenes are going to cause some issue for you. It could be that they telling lies, telling stories about you, gossiping, making it seem like it's, you know, it's the truth, you know. And again, this Ace of Swords is here, right? But it's almost as if, okay, maybe they've done it to you before in the past, and the Ace has come through to cut through all of that, but they're up to their tricks all over again. They're not relenting. And again, it could be that you're feeling very much like retreating, you and your partner. If you look at this card, it's two people leaving and disconnecting. And I think for this reading, it is very much like you and your partner saying, hang on a second, maybe we don't need to put up with this bullshit. You know, it's like we've already been fighting with these people. Now we got to start fighting with them again. This could even be a scenario with a neighbor, and you're starting to feel like your house situation is in jeopardy because your neighbor is making it so miserable for you to live there. You know, that the stability of, you know, your material, the stability of your material world is like shaky. You know, in as much as like, you know, I could say, for instance, if you say you just bought a house and you find that you cannot stand your neighbor's out to just destroy your life and make you miserable, just harass you all the time. It's one of those horrible situations. The only way out of it, though, is to sell your house. You're going to take a financial hit. So in order to get out of this horrible situation, and you're going to have to disrupt your finances stability, you know, your financial stability, right? Because Four of Pentacles is financial stability, and the desire, sometimes the miserly, because this is the card for the miser, sometimes the miserly need to maintain it, right? So that's the other extreme. But I feel like this is more like you're just under attack. There you go. Somebody's playing the victim, right? Somebody's like playing the victim. They're acting, they're like, if you didn't act the way you act, I wouldn't have to do all of this shit to you. This is like really quite, I want to say like, just an idiot. This is a real idiotic individual. They're very immature. I don't see them as being like the great strategist necessarily. You know what I mean? I don't feel that off of them. I just feel like they're a liar. And lies do get you somewhere, because unfortunately people believe lies. You know, you would be surprised. I guess I want to put it this way. It's not so much that people believe lies, but honestly, you would be surprised if you really knew how many people lie on a regular basis on about things that range anywhere from something that's totally unnecessary and inconsequential to lie about, to huge, massive lies about who you are and your identity, etc. You know, and it's quite amazing. You know, I've seen some people in action, some liars in action, and found out the truth and have been absolutely almost floored by the level of deception that just like an average person can get up to and can get away with. Because ultimately, people just believe. Nobody, you know, nobody bothers to look deeper, or a lot of times people don't bother to discern what somebody is telling them to even see if that shit makes any sense. Does it even make sense to you what this person is saying? Does it even jive with the person you're talking to? You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, I don't know, you know, it's just, it's out there, right? So somebody's certainly playing victim card, and this person may be the same person who's been doing all of this ridiculous lying and deceptive, you know, using these deceptive means to jack you up. And I think it could be somebody who's interested in you romantically and who's a little bit peeved off about all of your success, right? Because this is the gaslighting card as well. And oftentimes gaslighting and playing the victim go hand in hand with people who are kind of like also obsessed or, you know, somehow like enthralled or romantically like attracted, you know, obsessed in that weird attracted way. You know, Eight of Swords is all about boundaries and having lack of boundaries, right? Lack of boundaries, lack of understanding your own strengths, lack of healthy boundaries, and yet being too restrictive in thought and being alienated. You know, it's just all very gaslighty, toxic energy. And so it comes in, keep an open mind. I think you realize, oh shit, so this is the person who's been messing with you. That's the Ace of Wands, when it's like it all comes together and you get a little bit of inspiration about how to deal with it. I think in the end you're going to come out good. Certainly, you got 10 of Cups, right? So keep an open mind. It's not like everything is, you know, it's not like so nefarious they're going to ruin your life. But it's certainly something to think about, something to look out for that's going to be coming down the pike for you. And just keep a mind on it, you know, just keep an eye on this person and what they're up to, and just be aware that they could be lying on you, right? Be proactive about heading them off at the pass. You know, so many people are like, you know, they refuse to believe that somebody is actually lying, and so they just make up excuses. Oh, I don't think he's lying. I don't think he's lying. I don't think she's lying. I don't think she's lying. And the whole time their lives are being ruined by this person's lies. And it's like, they're still, you know, 3 months down the road, they've lost all their money, everything's been stolen, and they're still coming up with excuses why they think well, I don't think he was actually lying. I just think he didn't know what was going to happen. You know what I mean? It's like, no, he's lying. They're lying to you, you know? So if you keep an eye on it and you're aware of it, you can head them off at the pass. You can maybe mitigate some of the damage they might be trying to cause for you at work and at home. Show me some clarity for a beautiful Virgos. Show me. So I encourage anybody who's dealing with a liar, a gaslighter, a toxic narcissist, a victim, a person who plays the victim. I encourage you to be as offensive as possible and to call them on their shit every single time. I mean, I'm a Sagittarius, so you know. But so, Three of Cups, Princess of Cups, Two of Wands, Chariot, beautiful, beautiful. Chariot and Ace of Swords, gorgeous. Knight of Wands energy with the cups coming in. High Priestess, there you go, coming over that Four of Pentacles. Get your intuition. Your gut is telling you who's trying to jack with your money. You've got Lovers coming in to clarify this narcissist, right? Yeah, they're pissed off because you're in love with somebody. They're pissed off because you're not in love with them. Tower. It's a tower moment when you realize who it is, isn't it? It's like, wow, really? It's you this whole time? It's Becky? The Empress. And I don't, no offense to anybody out there named Becky, but I'm just saying, I'm harking back to a TV show when there was this character, Becky, and everybody found it was Becky who was like screwing everybody's life over. Queen of Swords is at the bottom of the deck, so you know what that's all about. The Queen of Swords is the card for overcoming deception. She's the queen of seeing through deception, because she's cut through her own mask and her own deception. This card came out in the last reading as well for Libra. All right, Virgo, let's get right into it. Three of Cups. Yeah, Three of Cups is coming out to clarify Three of Wands, 3 on 3. So that's, yes, you very much moved forward, bringing your people, your family, your friends with you, right? It could be that, you know, it's quite interesting. You could have opened maybe a social center or bar or some kind of place, or done some kind of event or something that brings people together, brings friends together. It's quite interesting. Could be that you are one of these individuals who does a lot for the community, right? That a lot of your work is in the community. You could be an artist that a lot of people know about, and you have a lot of like kind of social scenes, social connections. You bring people together. That's certainly the connection. You know, when you have Three of Cups combined with Three of Wands, then you're certainly dealing with somebody who is like that, right? They're like famous in their own little social circle, but mostly for bringing people together, having fun. You know, they may be a bar owner, or they may run a festival, or they may run a show, or you know, what have you. They may simply run a civic center, right? A social center. Okay, so this is certainly talks about how you've been moving forward, expanding your ideas, right? Certainly these are some of the ideas to do with work as well in your career. Princess of Cup comes in with Four of Wands. So yeah, this is a very deep romantic relationship. You feel very young when you're with this person. You feel fresh. You feel beautiful, right? You feel like this is one of these deep, deep, deep connections. You know, these love affairs. This is one of those love affairs where you see the people together. They're 70 years old, but they carry on like teenagers. You know, they're giggling and happy. Two of Wands is here for Knight of Pentacles. So this is certainly talking about this opportunity has come in as a result of the seeds that you sowed before. Yes, it did take some time to come in, right? But it's as a result of your effort, your Two of Wands effort. So you certainly deserve this opportunity, right? And now you're on your path, because like I said, that's Ace of Wands is here. Give you some validation, right? Vindication for your ideas, right? It's cutting through. It's also indicating a new stage, right? A new stage in projects, right? Where you are in charge now, because of course you've been vindicated. So the Chariot is here showing you that all of this is laying the path for you to go on your next stage in terms of attaining your goal, your dream, your next goal or dream. This is all laying the foundation for it. All of this, you're laying the foundation. Okay, you're about to take off into another direction, right? You're about to take off in your career, perhaps, or in whatever this project is over here, or this opportunity is, right? You're about to take off on that journey, certainly with the Chariot, because all of this is laying groundwork for more abundance, more fame, right? Connections, right? Just increase, expansion, right? Three of Wands is all about expansion. So Knight of Wands comes in over Two of Cups. Yeah, so it's a lot of energy, a lot of passion. So it's like like I said, you know, it's like you have this little win here, and it's almost as if you take, you know, you accept this win for you and your partner, and it also ignites your passion again. It could be that you, like I said, you may have been going through a very difficult time for some while. It may have been that, you know, the sex was a little down. Everything was a little down. Of course, you love each other, but sometimes when you're going through stressful shit, you don't feel like having sex. You don't feel like going on dates and being passionate with each other. But I think that now, once all of this has happened, if it hasn't happened already for you, the passion in your relationship will increase. And you guys are going to feel like, boom, like right back to where you were before, right? And like I said, your money issues coming in, something happens and it makes you feel like, oh man, I gotta worry. Something starts to like mess with your financial stability after all of this, right? And your High Priestess is kicking in, because I think in your heart of hearts you know who it is or what it is that's doing it, right? And here we go. We start to get into the meat of this little scenario. And I believe this is very much somebody who's in love with you, who used to be in love with you, who thought that you were the one for them, right? They thought you were their soulmate and they were your soulmate, and you're not anymore. And now you're living this wonderful life with this person, and they're coming in, and it's like they are ready to just be like the whole victim card, right? When you add lovers together with Eight of Swords, that's very toxic. You know what I mean? Very, very toxic energy. This person very feels as though it feels like they feel cheated. They feel cheated. They feel like you're the one, and they feel like your person, perhaps, or even you, depending on how deep their pathology runs. Either you or your mate are responsible for taking their dreams away from them. And what is the dream? The dream was to be with you. You know, as nuts as that sounds, but that's it, you know. And so now when you realize your gut tells you what's going on and who it is that's messing with your shit, right? This could be somebody keying your car, you know what I mean? They could be messing with your stuff at work. It could go as far as to mess with you at work and mess your job up. But it could also just be like just messing with you in little ways, petty ways. Once you finally get the proof and the realization who it is and why, it's like a tower moment, because you almost can't believe, like, really? It's really them? Like, they're really concerned. And what you realize, everything that you realize, certainly with this Queen of Swords here, right? So Queen of Swords cuts through all the bullshit. She gets to the heart of it. She gets to full truth, nothing but the truth, right? And when you realize and find out the whole truth and scale of what this person has been up to mess with you, to interfere with you, right? And everything that they've been up to, you're going to find out shit that you had no idea that was down to them. That you had no idea that they even had a hand in it. And it's going to be a tower moment for you. I think it's almost going to make you feel sick to your stomach. But you come out of it, it's good. It's a good, and like all good tower moments, and like all tower moments, it's a good thing, because you come out of this shining and healed. You come out of this with a 10 of Cups. Somehow you come out of this healing this, because I think this gets addressed. It certainly gets addressed with Queen of Swords. You know what I'm saying? Sorry about that. Certainly gets addressed with Queen of Swords energy. Because she's, you know, she also tells you. She tells you about yourself, and she tells everybody. She's not pulling any punches. She gets down to the truth. And she makes sure that you know the truth, and whoever is around hears it, right? So I think with that energy combined also with quite a nurturing quality, this Empress is nurturing. If you show this, once you realize who this person is, now I'm not saying forgive them and, you know, let them off. But what I am saying is that here, clearly, Empress being the divine feminine, the divine mother energy, right? So we combine these two queens, the divine Empress and the Queen of Swords. So honesty, you know, demanding truth and honesty, being stern, but also being forgiving and nurturing and understanding is what's going to help you get a good conclusion to this scenario with this individual. This person needs to be talked to, you know. I'm not saying that they have mental health issues, but I'm saying that they have spiritual health issues, certainly, and they're unhappy, and there's a disconnect somewhere that's taking them down a very dark road. And if at any time you had any affection for this person, there's no need to necessarily be extremely harsh with them, but there is a need to be extremely honest, right? And also kind of, also forgiving in a way. You know, I know it's almost hard to come out of my mouth because I'm empathically feeling how you're going. Oftentimes when I do these readings, that's why I say I'm an intuitive, empathic reader, because oftentimes when I'm doing these readings, at different parts of the reading, when I'm telling you what energy you may be going through in that particular area at that time, I can feel it myself. And so even here, I feel like forgiveness is like hard for me to say, like, I forgive you, like it's chokes, right? Like, I know you don't want to say it. I know you don't want to forgive them. I know it's difficult, but that's really kind of in a way what it takes, yeah? Not necessarily forgetting that they did it or anything or letting them off, but somehow, and also truth, making sure. Sorry about that, my camera cut out for a second, but this is just the last little bit I wanted to say, which was, like I said, I know it's going to be very difficult for you to say, sort of like say, you forgive this person, but it is very much about kind of being honest with them. And the other part I was going to say about honesty as well was, oftentimes when we find out that we've been the victim of lies by somebody close to us or friends, right? It's like people seem to feel like it's like you're not supposed to say anything. If you're in a social circle and you realize someone in that social circle is a pathological liar or a bullshit artist, or they've caused you a lot of pain because of a lot of the lies that they've told people, then yeah, you should tell people about it. Certainly if they ask you, you certainly shouldn't keep it secret. For what? Like, to whom do you owe this allegiance to keep this liar secret, Because invariably what ends up happening is that, this asshole raises their little ugly head again and causes more trouble again. Why? Because nobody knew they were a liar. Why? Because nobody said anything. Why didn't you say anything? Well, I didn't think it was my business. Oh, okay. All right. You didn't think it was your business. It's just like, bringing lies out to the light of day, certainly in social circles and friends, as scenarios and work scenarios, is necessary. It's the purging, it's the cleansing, it's necessary, and it heads off issues later on, because the one thing liars love is the dark. They love the dark, and they love to remain in the dark, and they love to keep people, have people keep their secrets, right? Because that's how they work most effectively, by keeping secrets from everyone. All right, so this is it, folks. This is your reading for mid-July, Virgos. I love you so much. If this resonated with you, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, and share. Help me grow my channel so I can keep giving you these readings. Comment below. If you want to get a private reading, follow that link at the bottom of your screen. But for right now, I'm just going to say, you got an awesome time going on here, Virgo, and you got a little work here with this person to help get them to pull themselves together and stop messing with you. All right? I love you so much. Have a wonderful mid-July. See you next month. Bye-bye.